All right, guys. Today is Monday. My name is Luis Morales. I'm a health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. Thank you guys for joining me for this week's first stretch break. So to start out, I'm going to have us be down on our backs, on our mats, on carpet, in our space. So let's make our way down onto our backs here. All right, guys, so knees bent, feet on the ground here. And what we'll start with is a nice, just little subtle pelvis movement that will kind of benefit our low back. So it helps usually if you put your hands on your hips. And what we're going to be doing is just slightly tilting our pelvis forward and back. So what we want to do is really feel where our low back is. Try and tilt the pelvis forward so our lower back is coming up off the ground. Now notice my upper back is still on the ground. What I'm going to do here is exhale, tighten my abs, and then press my low back into the ground here. You don't have to lift the hips up at all, but all we're doing is just tilting the pelvis forward a little bit so it comes up off the ground. Exhaling, tightening those abs, and feeling that low back kind of press into the ground here. What we're doing is we're kind of just training our body to come into that neutral spine position for the low back specifically. We want to coordinate this with our breathing. So kind of nice inhale as the pelvis tilts forward. Exhale as we come back, tightening up those abs and pressing that low back down into the ground. Let's do a couple more here. This is nice and therapeutic if you've been standing and or sitting at your desk all day. Last one here, big exhale, tighten up those abs. Nicely done, guys. Okay, we're gonna stay here on our backs for this next one. And now we're gonna use those abs just a little bit more now that we've kind of woken them up. What we're gonna do is what some people refer to as up, up, down, down. And so what we're gonna be doing is moving one leg at a time, keeping the knee bent. So what I'm gonna do here, lift my left leg up. I'm keeping my knee nice and bent. My tummy is engaged, pressing my low back into the ground just like we were. And now the other leg is gonna come up. So now that second leg that came up, it's gonna stay up and I'm gonna bring that first one down and then bring the other one down. So all the while, we're trying to keep that tummy nice and tight, pressing our low back into the ground the whole time. We're now just trying to control up with one leg, up with one leg, down with one leg, down with the other leg, hence the name. So let's do 3 more of those. Tummy nice and tight, leg up, other leg up, leg down, other leg down. Good job, guys, good job. You're gonna feel it the most when both of those legs come up. So make sure that those abs are working so that the low back doesn't leave the ground at all. You're gonna feel it for a sec like it's gonna wanna leave the ground. And more tension in those abs. All right, last one here, guys. Up, up, down, down. Good work, guys, good work. All right, one more here on our backs. We can spread our arms out a little bit here for this one. Feet planted about an inch from each other. And what we're gonna do is loosening up the low back. Just let those knees fall out to one side, let our hips twist a little bit, and let one side of our hips come up a little bit. So we're just gonna alternate back and forth. Be conscious of that breathing. Nice deep breaths here as we just kind of let our lower half turn and fall with gravity. Now, if twisting all the way for some reason is uncomfortable for you, just try and control it. Stay kind of a little more towards the middle and stay away from that discomfort. Just kind of rolling from side to side here. Good job, guys, good job. Let's do one more each side now. Feeling nice and loose. All right, last one here, just let it fall. Relax. Beautiful. All right, let's bring those knees back up into the center. For our next position, we're gonna flip around onto our stomachs. So take your time in doing that. We wanna be laying flat out on our stomachs here. Hips nice and connected to the ground. All right, guys, so let's relax that lower half. Remember, we want to keep the hips on the ground here, the pelvis connected to the ground. So with our hands up around face level or around shoulder level, whichever is more comfortable, we're going to use those arms to push up to a nice cobra. So remember, if you're pushing up all the way and the hips are coming up off the ground, push up a little bit less. All right, let's lower ourselves down here. Let everything rest for a moment, and then when you're ready, push up again. What we're trying to do is create some nice extension in the spine here. This is often a movement that we don't get a lot, especially when we sit. It's often the opposite. Lower it down. Push back up again. Remember, we don't want our shoulders to be way, way up here. You might notice that. Try and pull them down into our back pockets here. All right, guys, 2 more here. Push all the way up. Pelvis still on the ground. A couple breaths. Let it come down, relax. One last time now. Push all the way up. Good work, you guys, good work. You breathe nice and deep, you'll be able to feel those abdominal muscles kind of stretching out if they're tight. All right, let's lower it back down. Well done, guys, well done. Let's come up onto hands and knees here. And then we'll make our way up into standing. Take your time here. Great. All right, guys, another great posture movement here for us that have been standing or sitting all day. What we're gonna do is a little bit of shoulder blade pinching or scapular retraction, if you will. It's beneficial if you want to hold your arms at a nice 90-degree angle at the elbows, feel free to do so. This is more of kind of a functional rowing movement, but also letting them relax will help you focus on the shoulder blades a little bit more. So let's tighten up the core a little bit. We want to make sure that when we pull our shoulders back, we're not doing this. Tighten up those abs and pull those shoulder blades back, pinch, and then relax. Remember, we don't want the shoulder blades coming up too much, no shrugging, just straight back, and then relax. Let's keep doing it. Straight back, and then relax. Good work, guys. One more here, guys. One more good pinch. All right, good job. Shake those arms out a little bit. Last one I have for you guys is a neck movement. So what we're gonna be trying to do is a really nice deep nod. And then we're also gonna do a little bit of just looking up to the ceiling. So we're only gonna be going forward and back here. And what I want for you guys to think about is when you come down, having your jaw clench. Now this will make a little bit more room for the movement, but it'll also be able to, you'll be able to tell how close you are to bringing your chin to your actual chest with your jaw clench. Now, if you have your jaw open, you're kind of cheating because you'll probably hit there before with the jaw open. So when we roll back to look up at the ceiling, don't worry about having the jaw clench. You can have it open and just go as far as you feel comfortable. So emphasis on that, go as far as you feel comfortable with. So we're gonna do 5. I'm gonna clench my jaw, come down to my chest, then unclench it and look up at the ceiling as high as I can. Good job. All right, that's 1 rep. Let's go up to 5 here. Good job, guys. Stay comfortable. All right, guys, last one here. Nicely done, guys. If you're noticing something that's super, super tight, work on that daily for next time. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. I look forward to teaching my class again this week at the usual time, which is Wednesday at 12 o'clock. Also, please join us tomorrow for Jazzy's stretch break, which is at 2:30 p.m. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Stay hydrated, stay safe out there.
Thank you.
Peace.